Hello, Dumaguete.
Hello, Negros Oriental.
Hello, Sillimanians around the world.
This is Joshua Soldivillo.
And this is Ronelyn Vailoces.
You're watching
Silliman.
For Silliman updates, the Silliman University High School graduating class of 1960 signed a memorandum of agreement with the university to set up a scholarship fund for junior high school students on October 17, 2022. Through the SUHS Class of 1960 Scholarship Fund, the alumni batch aims to support and maintain a scholarship grant for underprivileged but academically deserving students. Thank you so much, SUHS Class of 1960. Former Solicitor General of the Republic of the Philippines, Florin Pilo T. Helbay, will assume the position of Dean of the Silliman University College of Law beginning November 1, 2022. Helbay was first welcomed to SU in 2006 when he lectured at the College of Law. He will take over the deanship from Attorney Miles Nicolas G. Bihar, the University General Counsel. Meanwhile, Julio Antonio Yoldi, a grade 11 student at Silliman University Senior High School, competed in the Asian Football Confederation U17 Asian Cup 2023 qualifier in Jordan as part of the Philippine Boys Under-16 national team. Yoldi, who takes the steam track in SHS, joined 22 other young football players to represent the Philippines in the qualifier held October 1 to 9, 2022 at the Prince Mohammed Stadium. That would be all. See you next week for another set of Silliman updates.
Good evening, everyone. This is a magazine program that talks about different aspects of Silliman University.
A program initiated to discuss matters concerning the campus by the sea. You're watching Silliman. Hello, everyone, and all Sillimanians around the world. Thank you very much for joining another episode of Silliman. I hope that as you join us in this Monday evening, you are in your excellent state of health. Now, you know, dear friends, part of the vision of Silliman University is to promote total human development among our students and even other members of the Silliman University community, and a big part of which is actually the involvement of not only in the curricular and co-curricular activities, but as well as in the extracurricular activities. And joining us tonight are the in-charge and the forerunners in this area. Allow me to introduce the SOAD, or the Student Organizations and Activities Division Head, Kuya Abe Cadeliña. Hello, Kuya Abe. Nice to have you back here.
Yes, it's good to be back. My second time.
Yes.
And I feel more confident this time.
Wow. Thank you, Kuya Abe. Welcome to the program.
Welcome again, Kuya Abe. And of course, because we are talking about the student services, Josh, Kuya Abe will not be alone. We have here students, I think student leaders, I must say. And I believe they are going to introduce themselves, your course, your name, and the fraternity or organization that you belong. Let's start with...
Hi everyone, my name is Haunley Victor Amil. I'm a third year medical technology student, and I'm from Sigma Phi Zeta, or ZOIX.
ZOIX.
Sigma Phi Zeta, that's the Greek name, sir, and the English name is ZOIX.
ZOIX.
ZOIX, okay.
Great to have you here, Haunley. Next.
Hello everyone, my name is Aileah Pastolero, a second year pharmacy student from the Silliman University Junior Philippine Pharmacists Association.
Ayan. Do you have a nickname or like a short name for your group?
Leia or Leia.
I mean for your organization.
Sujfa.
Suj. Okay.
Suj.
Okay. Let's go to the next. Let's go to the next organization. I might mispronounce things. Yes.
Hi, I'm Angelina Castro from the Sibugan ng Sillimanians. I'm currently in senior high and I'm grade 11.
Grade 11. Do you have also an acronym for your organization?
We call it TIBSIB sometimes.
What was it?
TIBSIB.
TIBSIB.
Sip, sorry.
Okay. Anyway, Ron, let's begin our conversation with setting the line clearer about why is it essential, Kuya Abe, that we encourage students to participate and be part of different organizations.
I think you mentioned a word earlier, Josh, whole person development. So basically, we have our organizations there because learning is not just confined within the four corners of the classroom. No, you get to learn more outside, especially when you deal with matters also outside of the classroom.
Correct.
So it's very important, and it's one way of developing our students to learn beyond what they're here for, no, in the university. So beyond the academics, we have the organizations, and I think that basically is the reason why we're pushing, no? We're encouraging students to really join and become active in extracurricular activities.
Thank you very much, Kuya Abe. And just a follow-up question, how many organizations do we have here in the university?
Well, in the past, we used to have 100 plus organizations, but recently the number has gone down. We have around 60. This 60, this is actually divided into two. We have what we call the regular organizations and those under OP status. Now, please don't take the OP status as something negative. It does not mean that they have done something wrong, no? Or they are what we say disobedient or I don't know.
Violations.
In violation of university. These organizations, these OP organizations, are actually those organizations that have not qualified with certain requirements, such as the points requirements that they have to get every semester. So that's why we have the OP, or on probation organizations.
Right, Ron, let's hear the stories of our student leaders here. How did they land and be part of the organizations they are representing right now? Let's begin with
Sibugay ng Silliman.
Yes, Cebu.
Sibugay ng
Yeah, so
Silliman.
what is this organization about, and why did you become a member of this?
The Sibugay ng Sillimanians is a regional organization. So people from Zamboanga Sibugay, they're basically part of this organization, Diane. So I became a member of this organization because I was from Sibugay. So anyone, Jude, who's from Zamboanga Sibugay, they're welcomed in the org, and we really bring them to the org so that we get to meet other people from Sibugay, and yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Aileah? What is your organization all about, and how does it feel at first that you're joining an organization in Silliman? What was the feeling?
Okay, so a brief description about our organization. The Silliman University Junior Philippine Pharmacists Association is a academic organization. All members in this organization are pharmacy students from first year to fourth year. And why did I'm automatically, if you're a pharma student, you're
part of it.
yes, you're automatically part of the organization. And that's one thing na is very advantage po sa amo, since upon joining the course or like upon enrolling, you already have an organization that will welcome you wholeheartedly.
So automatically, like, you have a family already.
Yes.
That's good. How about you, Haunley?
I joined Zoix last 2019 when I was still in senior high school. But during that time, the organization was just recently revived, so I was one of the pioneer members. So I was invited by Kuya Mo, Mr. Moses Atega, and Dr. Pauline Aspilia, as well as my parents. So I joined Zoix to become a good student leader. During the 2019, I was an introvert. I was a shy person, but when I joined Zoix, I met a lot of friends. We were able to contribute to Silliman and to the community.
Okay, that's good. So Zoic, is this like an academic-based organization?
This is a fraternity and sorority, sir, but
okay.
We have academic requirements. For instance, members should maintain a grade of 2.5 per semester.
Okay, that's good to know.
So Josh, we have a lot of different kinds of organizations here in the university, no? I even heard fraternity and sorority because that when you hear that word, that rings a bell, no? That has a negative connotation, no? Especially with the news coming out, na there are a lot of victims of hazing. Now, I'd like to ask, before I ask Haunley about their organization, I'd like to ask Kuya Abe, how are organizations like academic organizations or regional organizations and FratSor formally recognized and structured in the university?
Yeah. Well, as to structure, we have what we call organizational sectors. So these are, number one, we have the fraternities and sororities. We have the academic orgs. We have the regional orgs. We have the social civic orgs. We have the religious orgs. And then we have the special interest orgs. So these are 6. But if we classify them on a much bigger scale, actually duha lang siya. It's the ACADS and the non-ACADS. As what Haunley mentioned earlier, I think it was Aileah. Okay. It's an advantage if your org is an academic org when it comes to membership. So murag plus na nila nga automatic they have this member. So as compared to fraternities and especially fraternities and sororities, because of the stigma, they have a problem with membership. And then we also have the regional orgs and the other orgs. Still a problem with membership because you really have to get the interest of the students so that they can join you. Because when you talk about ACAD organizations, in a way they're forced to enter the org, kaya automatic man siya. So yeah, that's how it is. So as to recognition, every year we have a registration. There are certain requirements. First, the number of members. If they have reached the required points.
What's the minimum size backways?
We have 15.
At least 15 members to start a group. Okay.
To start a group. In the past, it was 25 actually, but as I came into the office and I saw the problem with the orgs as to number of membership, I lowered it down to 15. But still, right now, still problematic with the number 15 because lisod gid siya. So, but I cannot go lower than 15.
Okay.
Because we have to have the quality also. So, yeah, and then what was your question again, especially
How
on...
do they get accredited? And
Yeah,
recognized?
well, if they're able to submit all requirements, and then that's when I recognize them as registered. But they just have to understand that per semester, they really have to qualify. Especially on the points. These are points given for activities that they organize. It's one way of training them to do stuff.
Yeah. So I think that's a very important thing, Ron, that aside from establishing an organization, they also have this sense of leadership and responsibility to really be, and I think that's part of a sustainability measure, Quiz. No?
Yes.
One of the things we've been talking about, Ron, is organization, part of, extracurricular, but can you also find true love in extracurricular activities? We'll ask our student leaders when we'll be back. Stay with us.
Okay.
with us, you're still watching Hashtag Silliman. Before we pause a break, we actually asked them about finding love in doing student organizations and extracurricular activities. But before we move there, I think Ronelyn asked Haunley earlier a question. Yes, Ron, please proceed.
Yeah, before we, talk about love, kasi I think medyo strict ang parents niyo, so you have to really think about it, no? And we are on TV, And so yeah, I asked Haunley a question about the stigma. How do you deal with it? And is the stigma still there? Or is hazing true when you join a fraternity or sorority?
Okay, thank you for the question. So I joined ZOICS last 2019. When I joined ZOICS, hazing was already banned in our organization, and the stigma is still there, especially when we started our group last 2019. I experienced this last Genesis 2019 there in Luz. Students wouldn't go near to our makeshift booth, so I tried to recruit members. We started 2, and right now we're 25 in the campus. So yeah, it was a very hard time convincing other people about joining fraternities and sororities. But as long as they can see the mission and vision as well as the goals of the organization, I think students will join your organization. They will try to join.
All right. I think that's important, Ron, that, as we interact with this kind of sorority, fraternity, safety should always be our priority.
True, Josh.
And I'm sure in Silliman, we really prioritize that. I'd like to ask Aileah and Angelina, what are your favorite parts of being in an organization? What are the benefits that you're getting from it?
The benefit, or like why, is basically your question, sir, is like why I'm staying or like I'm joining organizations. I think it's basically because it is my passion that is like giving me the push to do better, or like to serve the students, my fellow farmates, or like outside. I even
You
have
call each other farmates?
Yes, sir.
Farmates.
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 We call that to each other, farmates. But aside from pharma organizations, or I also have other organizations. I'm actually part of the SUSG Assembly. The reason why I wanted to like join in this organization, join in this and that, is that because I hear students, like their concerns, what they need, and that's basically being their voice. Being part of the assembly, we are the legislative branch, right? So there we don't like the same sa SUSG Excom that we do this and that, Jud. What we do there is that we hear them and then we do something for them. It's basically writing resolutions for them on where to go like better, what we can do for them, where to improve for them also, and that being their voice for like everybody.
Ron, Aileah is oozing with passion for the students, by the students,
Yes.
and of the students. All right. How about you, Angelina?
Same with Ate Aileah po, I also do have this passion for service. I guess other than that, being able to be with other people and work with other people was something that was really fulfilling for me during my experience with organizations. I think my favorite part of becoming a part of an organization in Silliman is that like they really go for advocacies. They're really strong with their advocacies, and they
Right.
really encourage other organizations to speak up
Yeah.
and to really voice out what needs to be out there. So yeah.
Yeah, Josh, it's really inspiring to hear the students, no? And of course, I'd like to ask the head of SOAN, Kuya Ev,
Yes.
no? What makes the Silliman University organization and groups and organizations unique?
Unique. Siguro I would say the Silliman spirit. In the sense that the Silliman spirit is not just developed in the classrooms. It's developed through the organizations. Come Founders Day, you can see that when alumni come in, they look for their organizations. Well, I'm not saying it's not the same with other schools, but I think there's this thing that makes it Silliman, the advocacy That's what makes our organizations really amazing.
Yeah.
Right now, these guys are really hungry for community programs.
Right.
But unfortunately, we cannot have it right now because of the CHED memo on community activities. But ever since I sat on that office, I can really see how passionate these organizations are.
Kuya Abe, I hope you won't mind me asking how
Oh,
young
How young?
have you been in the how long have you been in the SOAD?
11 years.
11. Wow.
Yeah. I think I've already beat the record of Kuya Jojo.
11 years and you still continue to see this
Yes. And
passion.
yeah, and it makes me love my job, seeing how these students are doing. Sometimes I could be a hindrance to their plans, but still, I see how they go around it and make the most out of it, and it makes me happy.
Yeah, indeed, Ron. That's one of the things that we always look forward during Founders Day. No? Like, kamusta na ang aming organization? We always look forward to that. Let's talk about now striking a balance between school and, of course, extracurricular life. Because the way I hear Aileah, parang BS Pharmacy major in extracurricular. So, how do you guys balance your study life, extracurricular life, and of course, the love life? Haunley, would like to share?
Okay, first and foremost, I would always remind my brothers and sisters in Zoics that
Your brothers and sisters.
yes, because we're
Okay.
FATSOR, I would remind them to prioritize their studies and just allot ample time for the organization. And I would always keep in mind that time management is very important in a BS org student. Yeah, especially that I'm a third-year medical technology student
Okay.
and we don't have minor subjects anymore, and I would go to class 7 a.m. and go home at 8 p.m. So it's very tiring, and that's why I delegate tasks to my members who are not from the medical field. So in order for our organization to continue to excel.
How about mga ka-farmates? From brothers and sisters to
farmates.
ka-farmates. Oo.
Okay, so for me, sir, in balancing my ACADS and my extra-co activities, of course, like Kuya Haunley here, we are taking medical courses, medtech, and I'm taking pharmacy.
Yeah.
It is, to be honest, it is quite hard balancing it since we have so much to memorize, especially in our courses. We have a lot of lab works, lab sheets, and
I thought
everything.
love life.
We don't have that sort.
Love work.
Lab sheets. So, with that, sir, what I do is that I know in our organization, it's not only me who is part in that organization. There are a lot of us. So, we, like Kuya Haunley, of course, we designate tasks for them. You do this, and the other one do that. Like, helping each other makes it easier. Doing org works or activities, events like that, I cannot do it alone. I can really say I cannot do it alone. I always need someone, and having someone beside you doing those serving, you can really see now it will be a successful event, it will be a successful partnership and everything, because you're not alone. That's an advantage as well in joining organizations. You know that you will never be alone.
Oh, that's so wonderful, Ron. How about you, Angelina?
For me, I think it's all about setting out your priorities, making sure that you schedule out everything. Right now, we're actually at our performance task week, and we're organizing an event. So when it comes to delegating tasks, like what Kuya Haunley said, we don't delegate tasks to people who are having a busy week in school, or when we assign officers or assign roles for the organization, we make sure that mga ates or kuyas who are in third year, fourth year, they aren't given a huge task or a huge role in the committee or in the organization, and stuff like that lang. Making sure that everyone is comfortable with what they're doing and everyone's comfortable with their roles.
Josh, when we join organizations, it will also take so much of our time.
Yes,
There are
definitely.
also responsibilities and duties as members of the organization. Now, let's try to integrate that, or let's try to relate it, or let's try to talk about relevant issues, especially mental health.
Right.
Now, how does joining student organization help, or that is a leading question, no? How is it advantageous or disadvantageous both to
Yeah.
the mental health of students? Kuya Abe, I guess Kuya Abe can really answer this one.
Well, the state of their mental health, right? How it affects. Well, when you're handling organizations, you should really be there, no? Looking out not only for the organization but also the community you serve.
Yeah.
And if you're not that strong here, you can't really bring your organization to the right path.
Right.
So this really matters, as well as this one.
Yeah.
They should come together. So again, like a machine, this controls how they work. And if something's wrong, then you really have to fix that. So these guys, as busy as they are, I would really say they're amazing because their mental health is there, no? There are times when I see student leaders break down. I've seen that not in the organizations but in the student government, as an advisor to the student government. And well, they really just have to take a rest because you can't really function well as expected
Yeah.
if there's something wrong. So
True.
yeah, it's really important that you take care of your mental health.
Right. Diba, Ron, as we say, we cannot give what we don't have. And
Correct.
part of being in an organization is really, it demands energy. It demands time. So there has to be a balance, kumbaga. But of course, that's why we are a team here in Silliman in providing all of the support as much as we can give. No? So Ron, as much as we would like to hear more from our students, maybe in culmination, what do you look forward to do, or do you have plans or activities in your respective organizations that you want to share to us? Or if not, maybe you'd like to also invite our televiewers to be part of your organizations. I'd like to start first.
Angelina?
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, right now we're having an event. We're hoping to have an event for November since it's going to be Halloween. We want this event to be a place where students really get to express themselves, especially through makeup. Sorry, that was like a teaser. But
Okay. Spoiler alert!
It's like an event that came along through last year pa, and we want to continue it this year because it was really able to help students show beyond like
Self-expression.
self-expression and really show the artistic side of them. So yeah.
I think that's the activity permit that's pending on my table.
Oh!
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I think that's the one.
Stay tuned.
Okay. Thank you, Angelina. Yes, Aileah.
Okay, so for this month of October, we don't have a upcoming pa for this month because I wanted my fellow officers as well and my farm mates to focus first
Right.
on their ACADS, especially it's
Midterms,
midterms
that's
coming. So, but with that having, we don't have yet activities right now. We have plans already. Of course, before we started the school year, we have our calendar of activities already. And for November, we will be having a event or like an activity about the International Women's Month because
Wow, right.
November is International Women's Month.
Yes.
And also, we have two actually. The other one is an info drive about drugs like that because as pharmacists, future pharmacists, that's what we do. Like proper education of how to use those medications properly, and that So, abang-abang for the International Women's Month event.
By the way, do you have like an FB page so
yes.
that they can check on?
Yes, we do. It's just called Sibugay ng Silliman. Yan.
Sibugay
So,
ng Silliman,
if you
yes.
search it, it's already there.
Alright, how about mga ka-farmates?
Okay, so we have a Facebook and Instagram, all social media actually we have. For our Facebook, we have Silliman University Junior Philippine Pharmacists Association. Please like, follow, and share.
Sujfa.
Okay, I won't say that. Haunley.
We are still on the process of like doing a requirement work for Sir Abe about the new rules and regulations for fraternities and sororities. So
Okay.
we're still gonna do that. So next month, I think we'll be doing an online Bible study because we do this every month, especially last year. So
That's good.
that's for now.
Do you have any social media page
Yeah,
to follow?
we have Society of Friendly Zoics on Facebook and Society of Friendly Zoics Silliman on Twitter and Zoics Silliman on Instagram.
Ayan. Mga friendly zoics.
Thank you very much. And yeah, for SOAD division, are there activities
For next
planned?
month?
Yes.
Perhaps a lot of permits to no, seriously. There's going to be something big. Something big.
Is that me or
Bigger than both.
bigger?
Both of us.
Bigger than that.
There's going to be a program that's going to be launched soon.
Wow, indeed,
It's-
something big.
It would involve all organizations, registered or not. If you guys are familiar with Tayo, 10 accomplished
Meron bang Tayo?
youth organizations. Yeah.
Yeah. 10
Accomplished youth organization.
organizations.
Yeah. It's going to be on a similar setup, but local lang ta. But this is in preparation for Tayo itself. So teaser na po doon, spoiler, no?
Spoiler alert!
It's going to be something big, and it would would also involve seed money for programs.
Wow!
That big.
Funded by Silliman.
By Silliman.
Wow!
Yeah, by the student center.
That is so amazing, Ron. I look forward of tayo. Wow! Alright,
Lagi
mga
hugot,
hugot sa
Joshua.
life. Anyway, thank you very much, Kuya Abe, and to our students, Haunley, Aileah, and Angelina, for joining our episode. And do you have also a Facebook page that our students can follow, Kuya Abe?
Oh yeah, the office actually has that page, but I open it twice a month.
So it's a month.
But still, it's there. It's SOAD SU, or was it SU SOAD? So just search SOAD. It's going to appear in Facebook.
Right, but anyway, all of the details are also available in our university website. That's www.su.edu.pa. Thank you very much, Kuya Abe, and we will never let you go without doing the fast talk. Okay.
Go fast.
So, nothing to think hard about the options, all right? So, let's start with Haunley. Haunley, plants or pets?
Plants.
Plants.
Leia, Oriental Hall or Occidental Hall?
Oriental Hall.
Oriental.
Of course.
Kuya Abe, brewed coffee or 3-in-1 coffee?
Ay, brood.
Brewed coffee.
Angelina, do you choose plants rather than pets, or pets or other than plants?
It's hard. Pets rather than plants.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Dogs.
Sorry na lang.
Only cheese bread or baked siopaw?
Cheese bread.
Cheese bread.
Leia, ACADS or Crush?
Oh.
Akads.
That was fast.
ACADS talaga.
Sorry, crush.
Kuya Abe, which do you think is the most beautiful spot in the university?
Oh, the church.
The church. Amen.
Angelina, favorite tambayan in Silliman?
Oriental Hall.
Oriental Hall. Only the best dating spot in the university.
Live.
Live. Free
Are
aircon.
you sure?
That's so our time.
Leia, favorite mentor in Silliman?
Favorite mentor. Okay. It's hard. So should I say I'll get it from our department? Or should I say si Dean? Dean is the best.
Alright. Kuya Abe, love or career?
Food.
Food. Ate Rhea.
I'd say love, of
Love.
course.
Aww.
Angelina, food or love?
Love for food.
Alright, so this time just have to complete no? The sentence, you just have to say your organization and then describe it. So like, SOAD is blank, something like that. Okay, let's start with Angelina.
So, ad is blank.
No, your
Cebu
organization.
Oh, Cebu Gainon is guapa.
Ay,
Okay.
guapa.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sujfa is love.
Okay.
Mali.
Zoix is exciting.
Ay, exciting.
Of
So,
course,
Adis,
So what is everything?
Of course.
I like the everything. Dagang salamat once again, Kuya Abe, and guys, for joining this episode. And this is now #WTP or Word to Ponder. Ron, what's the word you've picked for this episode?
Josh, we kept talking about joining organizations for the sake of joining it, and it stems from passion. So I'd really like to ponder on the word passion. Because when when we think that nothing is really going on with our lives, when we have this passion, we can always look for the purpose or the meaning of our life. And I hope that that is something that we learn from the students here, and of course from Kuya Eb. With this passion, they can do a lot, and they can, reach out their hands to those community and to those people in need because they have this passion. And how about you, Josh? What is your word to ponder?
Well, it's related to that, Ron. I would choose care. Care because of course, given that they have the talents, the skills, the potential, but at the end of the day, why would they still continue to make something about the passion that they feel? Essentially because of that care that they have for the environment, for the people, for students with disability or whatever advocacy they're trying to push forward. So I think that care is very important. Regardless whether you are inside the campus or outside the campus, you will always bring that with you. And I think that is how you become a gift to everyone. So care. Thank you for joining our episode tonight, and to God be the glory. Hey there, Sillimanians! Dagang salamat for joining another episode of #Silliman. Don't forget to support our Facebook page. It's called #Silliman. We also have a YouTube channel. It's called #Silliman. Don't forget to click the notification bell for you to be updated with our recent posts. Special thanks for American Corner Dumaguete for allowing us to use their space.
Yeah, and don't forget to catch us at Phil Products Channel 6 every Monday at 8 p.m. Replays will be shown every Tuesday before the noontime news and every Saturday after the noontime news. This has been Ronelyn Faith Vailoces
And Joshua Soldivillo. Kita-kits next week only here on
#Silliman.
Bye!